So some civs are obviously choosing a very expansive type strategy, while others are choosing kind of a more tall and focused, mainly European civs are going after that one. Whereas someone like Egypt, with already 5 cities down, that we'll see what ends up working out more. And this is actually a perfect window to pop up to discuss what we discussed in that intro, because we have happiness here, which really doesn't mean a whole lot in the very beginning. Hey, I've got a lot of happiness watching as Venice, because obviously Venice would not be able to survive in a map like this. Russia with only 2 happiness. Egypt, there we go, speak of the devil, at 3. So I don't think Ramses will be settling any more cities than those 5 for at least a little while. I'm actually surprised that he is still positive in his happiness. That's very shocking. Lithuania also only at 5, and I think they only have 2 cities too. So that kind of really sucks. We've got the Goths building, I believe that's the Terracotta Army. Yes, it is. Boom. There we go. Goths choosing the Terracotta Army as there, so they automatically doubled their military, but it doesn't look like they really had much of a military to begin with. So yes, the Goths, actually, remember, they almost had a very good campaign in the last series, in the last European series. They controlled a good chunk of the Black Sea, and they have all of this land to colonize. They're going to go right next to Lithuania, it looks like. And yeah, the Goths might be a very underrated civ, something to kind of keep in mind. Remember that the Goths are allied to the Greeks, so the Greeks are also very cornered. The Greeks only really need to worry about kind of a naval invasion. Sparta will be kind of safe, but Athens and I think it's Corinth. I believe I always pronunciate that city wrong. I always pronunciate a lot of cities wrong. Pretty much everything in general wrong. Even words that I've been able to pronunciate in the past, I will pronunciate wrong in the future. But in terms of Alexander and the Goths and Greeks strategy, the Goths just need to colonize as much as they can, and the Greeks just need to protect themselves when it comes to kind of naval-based conflict. That would have been a smart move, I would say, for the Goths to have maybe picked up 1 or 2 coastal cities along the Black Sea. That way they could help. Constantinople is such an important city to have because it really separates the Black Sea from the Eastern Mediterranean and all the other civs. This is a very, very key city. And here I go back to saying key again. Very key city to have. So that will be important for anyone that wants to play aggressive, or for Byzantium to just hold on to that. Theodore is going to want to hold on to it and not allow the Hittites or the Ottomans to maybe be aggressive and come after them. Lots and lots of stuff going on in the Middle East. Like I said, I don't think we will see the first city taken until, I would say, after turn 100. I can almost guarantee you that. I will almost guarantee that. Statue of Zeus, built by the Vandals. Bam. Right there. Have they settled anymore? No, they haven't. And again, the Moroccans, completely undefended. The Moors off to a very slow start. I thought the Moors would have had a more, the Moors would have had a more exciting time in Iberia. They do have a military. And look at this. Spain has taken most of their military to the north. I believe they are at war with somebody, or maybe they're just trying to protect Great Britain, who they are allied to with as well. Portugal having swordsmen. That's very early to have swordsmen like that. Arabia, who also is called something else in this mod. I'm not sure if it's because of the Umayyad. If it's the Umayyad civs that, made them... I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'll just be calling them Arabia. But yeah, I think that might be the reason why. Arabia needs to be careful. I believe Arabia had a successful campaign previously because they were able to defend and push back the Egyptians. It's in the very beginning, but the Egyptians will launch a attack from the western part of the Red Sea and try to invade over. So they need to be careful of that. I can tell that that's going to be on the horizon, I think, very soon. Kind of through the Suez Canal to attack Baghdad. But we'll see. Number 1 in scores right now is actually Alexander and the Goths. So they're doing pretty well so far. Oh, okay, so Belgium is going to be the first one to lose a city. And I was wrong. This is going to be turn 80. I am totally wrong about that. Will it be Lithuania that picks the city up, though? It looks like it will. It depends on who processes their turns first. It's vanilla civs, and then it's the modded civs. That's just the way I had set it up. So that also is another good reason why I kind of based the civs, the teams, off of this kind of format here. Bam, that was Lithuania. That's a huge pickup for Lithuania. Very, very big pickup. Remember, Austria and Hungary are teams. Lithuania will be a very big threat to, I think, Hungary, who Hungary has 1 city right in the kind of Venetian territory, but I don't know how good that is going to go. We have our first religion founded by Morocco. Morocco has founded Islam, which they will be able to actually kind of, ironically enough, or no, it's not ironic. It's not ironic. I know. I won't say anything about irony. I won't. I'll stop now. But I think that they might be able to get Islam to the Moors, and then, who knows how much it will spread from there. We'll see if Spain gets Catholicism or something like that. They might, but that will be very historically funny to watch. Wait a second, where'd Scotland go? Scotland, boom, bam, wombo combo, the Scandinavian region here, just south of Norway and just north of Norway. That will not keep up like that, but that's going to make things, I just didn't even think about it. That will pull Harold of Denmark even further and deeper into kind of the Scandinavian politics if he didn't want to before, because usually it's just Sweden and Norway battling it out here for a really long time. But because Scotland settled here, Denmark is going to be forced to protect Scotland. That will make this region of the map really even more entertaining than before. That will be very fun to see what happens. Oh, and I didn't even realize that Denmark had settled here too. So they both will have stakes at protecting one another in both regions. So this is one of the first kind of really cool kind of ally webs, kind of these big diplomatic webs that are forming that we see in two very clear continents. I think that this is kind of the most exciting thing that we've seen so far when it comes to teams in Civ 5, because it does seem like they try to settle next to each other. I thought I made that theory in the last one. Maybe not all the time, but I feel like they do somewhat try to settle next to each other, each team. Vandals now finally going after Carthage. We'll see if they can hold them off, or if the Vandals have success and take over the Carthaginian capital. I don't think they will. Not with 3 warriors already with, taking damage and 1 siege unit. Doesn't seem very likely. A few peace deals and even more wars going on. So again, there's really no way to tell. I'm always keeping my eyes open for cities that might get taken, but that's really all we'll be kind of viewing, is if city is down in health or something like that. Denmark playing so far very aggressive. Denmark and Scotland might have a really good game. They might have a very, very good game. It depends. If England and Spain have success against Portugal, because now England has a stake to attack Portugal. Portugal. Oh my goodness. Porto. They have, I think, a pretty big reason for them to help out Spain in Iberia, because they probably would love to take Porto here. Birmingham and Porto kind of side by side would work interesting, I think. Would be very interesting. Boom. Okay, so France is now after Brussels, but does France have enough? I don't think they have enough. And I don't know if Spain, I think Spain, because remember, Carthage and Belgium are both kind of at the root of the attack of the world. They're in this, the world's kind of massively teamed up together to take out Carthage and Belgium. Maybe because they were aggressive early on. I don't really have a reason for it. They want to, so that's fine. If Spain is here to help, then that might be a big deal. I don't know what Spain's doing. Oh, yeah, France is retreating, so maybe not. I do want to, if we check right here, let me check. Here's Spain's turn. No. Okay, so they're not going after Brussels. Just wondering, I was just curious, how's Songhai doing? Songhai's doing okay. They're fighting some Hunnic scouts. I think that's like the biggest thing that's happening. All the wars that are going on is really just stopping the AI from exploring the worlds. They're just losing scouts, which could be meaning losing military strength early on, that the scouts do provide quite a sizable chunk of numbers early on in the Infoetics. So, boom, we have the, oh my gosh, Sumer about to get 3 cities up. That'll be the most out of any of the Middle Eastern starting civs. I guess besides Egypt. Oh no, Arabia has 3 too. So that would be a pretty good move there. But the Sumer are going to have to protect against the Assyrians and the Babylonians. I don't know if that's going to go so well. Lots of denouncements are being made. Denouncements being made all over the place. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Also, Milan is going to have a tough time too. So everyone is still alive so far. It is turn 87, and even though we've seen all these wars, we still have a few people that are alive. Another religion has been founded. Continue to watch Morocco and Switzerland. They're doing good. They're on top of the charts. Team 20. at 370 points. Then we have Ramses, and I believe is that... oh, that's the Moors. Yeah. The Moors and Egypt. So, I'm sorry, yeah, so Egypt's actually holding up the Moors enough, at least in terms of points. I don't know about anything else, but Egypt's doing very well in Eastern Africa. And the Moors, not so well, I wouldn't say, in Iberia. I don't think so. Are we seeing anything else? Oh, I didn't even check. Oh, so there's been a few religions that have been founded. Let's go ahead and check in on that. Religion overview. So we have Hungary, Morocco, and Arabia. Arabia has chosen Buddhism. Buddhism, we have Catholicism founded by Hungary, so Spain will not be able to find Catholicism. And then, like we said, Islam has been founded by Morocco. And we will be checking in on those beliefs. It's kind of an interesting... those are interesting civs to get up those... To get up those specific religions first. I guess because the Celts and Ethiopia, who are like kind of the biggest and best religious civs in the game, I guess because they're not in this map, I think that's why. I would be very surprised if the Pope doesn't get up a religion. They are a very good civ for religion as well as for tourism, which is huge. The Papal States have huge tourism bonuses, so that would be interesting to watch out for. Even though it's domination only, we could still see cities being converted over through culture and tourism and things like that. If they have a significant advantage, it would have to be huge though, because I don't think we've ever seen that in an AI-only battle. But if anyone's going to do it, it would be the Pope. It would be the Papal States, I believe. Lithuania moving kind of towards the Huns. Maybe they might even be a little bit distracted. We have Novgorod going for like modern-day Finland. And Bavaria really forward settling up here, grabbing some of the Baltic states away from, I thought, Prussia, who would have a good chance of colonizing this region, but I guess not. They waited a little bit too long. We've got Greece with a wonder. So Greece doing pretty well so far with their wonder. Byzantium, I think, just trying to hold on to Constantinople, which is not a bad choice. I think they should try that. I think let's not underestimate, especially in this map, the opportunity of kind of naval warfare. The Mediterranean really holds such a huge impact on the game because the Mediterranean is just so big on this map. So I think that it might have a huge impact for one. And remember, some of the most successful civs in all of the European battles that I've done so far have started off like navally. I probably should have said that in video 1. But, obviously there's totally, different implications because of teams and everything like that. But definitely, naval civs play a really, really big role. So nothing so far in Scandinavia has happened. Songhai and Assyria denouncing each other. We've got Prussia kind of moving over towards the Baltic Sea, towards like now Novgorod territory. Russia still with a limited amount of military units, but the Huns have a lot. But for some reason, they're kind of going after Hungary, I believe. And they're being pushed back even. So that is not going so well for them. Who's third teams? Then it's Russia and Novgorod. We've got the Moors and Egypt. Songhai and... Is that the Vandals that they're allied to? They are. Oh, that's a really good alliance. Songhai and the Vandals. They might do really well working together to maybe take out Morocco, especially if they don't start to colonize. I know Morocco's got a lot of points right now. They've been building wonders, but if they don't start to colonize, I mean, they're just not going to be able to do that well on this map type. Milan. Dang, yeah, like I said, I mean, I knew that the border gore was going to be really bad in this one, but I don't think I really anticipated this bad. Like, it is going to be really, really bad. I'm shocked. I'm shocked so far. Who is Arabia? Who is that? Fernand. I'll have to look into who Arabia is allied to. Oh, it's never mind. I will make a comment about that later because I thought I knew who it was. I'm looking at the symbols here. That's probably the best way for me to do it. But you guys kind of know automatically if you check the description below. So I should probably keep something like that with me nearby at all times. Should probably keep a list of probably, yeah, I think I will after this. We will check in over the info addicts in the next video, maybe even Religion 2 Although there's only been 3 religions, so I might wait a little bit. Where are you going, Milan? I don't know where you're going. Milan, why? Well, I don't know. We'll keep in mind if they maybe go towards northern Iberia or not. It looks like they're actually going towards, like, what is this, Brittany? Kind of this peninsula here. Oh, they might be. Or are they going after Ireland? Oh my goodness. I think that might be Milan moving towards Ireland. So they might survive, and that would actually be kind of a good choice because they would survive on Ireland, I think. I don't see Milan really surviving that much here. Not next to Switzerland and Rome and the Pope, but we'll see where they move towards. A few peace deals have occurred. Lots and lots of units everywhere. Problem is that no one's going to be focused enough, or no one's going to have the technology to be able to really take over any of these nations. Ottomans now going to war, and there must be something in the Middle East that I think that they see. Not necessarily, they don't care about Portugal or France. I would say that's more of the Ottomans thinking about somebody else. So we'll kind of watch over the Middle East. Did the Sumer? Oh, the Sumer actually grabbed the Caspian Sea, which is also another, I think, possible lake that might have a big impact. It depends though on a few things. If there's more coastal cities that are settled along the Caspian Sea, then that's definitely a possibility. But I'm not entirely sure about that. The Umayyad have gotten off to not the best start. I thought they'd be a little bit better. They could maybe try to go after Cyprus. Cyprus wouldn't be a bad island to maybe try to colonize for them, because this region is still completely open. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's still like completely open. We've got the Great Wall, as well as, I believe, the Moors and the Vandals have a very similar sign. That is the Moors. Is that the Moors or the Vandals? That's the Moors building the Great Lighthouse. So they might have a very powerful, and remember, they're going to have the only access between the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean. They will be the only ones that have access to that. So the Moors are also a very key city to take over at some point. Unless, of course, you have open borders, which kind of makes things fine, if you do. But I don't know. Ooh, Prussia and Lithuania are kind of going at it. Remember, Lithuania is the only civ so far that has been able to take over a city, Antwerp, from Belgium. It looks like Lithuania has got some very powerful early game unique units, so that would explain why maybe they are having success here. Novgorod as well, but they might not even be at war. It could just be open borders, but it's pretty early on for open borders. I don't know if that's not open borders. That's definitely an agreement. Or I'm sorry, that's definitely a war. It's not an agreement. It's not an open borders agreement. So Lithuania off to a really quick start. Berlin might fall, and honestly, Prussia has nothing here to protect their capital. And I think Lithuania sees that. Wow. So we might see a very, very, very powerful Lithuania. It was Novgorod that built the Great Wall. That's a very big pickup for them, too. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.